Podcast number 2, Color Theory. As we discussed earlier, there are 5 basic elements of graphic design: line, shape or form, texture, space, value, and color. In this podcast, we'll take an in-depth look at the element of color. The human eye can see 7 million colors. Some colors are less pleasing to the eye than others. Certain colors and color relationships can be irritating to the eye, cause headaches, and wreak havoc with human vision. In contrast, some colors and color combinations are soothing and pleasant to the eye. The right use of color can maximize productivity, minimize visual fatigue, and relax the whole body. To understand how color works, we need to understand how the eye sees color. Every day we all get exposed to many different kinds of wavelengths, such as radio waves, microwaves, gamma waves, and ultraviolet waves. These waves are part of the electromagnetic spectrum, which encompasses the entire range of electromagnetic radiation. Within this electromagnetic spectrum exists a small set of waves called visible light. It is these waves that cause us to see color. Color occurs when white light, equal parts of all the colors in the visible light spectrum, strike our eyes. The objects that we see have no color of their own. They appear to be in color when they absorb or reflect one or more of the colors in the visible light spectrum. The colors that are reflected off the object are the colors we see. All of the colors in the visible light spectrum can be seen when refracted through a glass prism, a transparent, triangular object that breaks white light into all the colors in the visible light spectrum. Hue refers to the color itself. Each different hue is a different reflected wavelength of light. White light, broken in a prism, has 7 hues: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. White light occurs when all the wavelengths are reflected back to your eye, and black light occurs when no light is reflected to your eye. Color can vary in differing circumstances. How color is perceived depends on the type of light that it is seen with. For example, grass can appear to be gray in the morning or evening, or bright green at noon. Colors appear differently depending on whether you view them under incandescent, fluorescent, or natural sunlight. Colors can also appear to change according to their surroundings. You can see this by looking at the color squares shown here. The reddish outline box is the same color in all the examples. We can determine many results of mixing colors by looking at a color wheel. We know that primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. When 2 primary colors are mixed together, they create a secondary color. Secondary colors are orange, green, and violet. When a primary color and secondary color are mixed together, a tertiary color is created. Tertiary colors are easy to remember because they are named by the 2 colors that are used to create them: red-orange, yellow-orange, yellow-green, blue-green, blue-violet, and red-violet. Notice that the primary color is named first in the name of the tertiary color. Some colors don't show up on the color wheel at all. These neutral colors are colors of very low saturation, almost gray. Saturation refers to the intensity of a color. Low saturation colors are blacks, grays, whites, and browns. Some neutral colors may be created by mixing a complementary color pair which neutralizes them. In graphic design, neutral colors help to put the focus on other colors or serve to tone down colors that might otherwise be overpowering on their own. When looking at the color wheel, colors that are positioned opposite of each other are called complementary colors. Red and green, orange and blue, yellow and violet. Color value refers to the lightness or darkness of the hue. Adding white to a hue produces a high-value color, often called a tint. Adding black to a hue produces a low-value color, often called a shade. Intensity, or saturation, refers to the brightness of a color. A color is at full intensity when not mixed with black or white, a pure hue. You can change the intensity of a color, making it duller or more neutral, by adding gray to the color. You can also change the intensity of a color by adding its complement. When changing colors this way, the color produced is called a tone. When you mix complementary colors together, you produce a dull tone. However, when you put complementary colors side by side, you increase their intensity.